Even if they tell you that your father is a deadbeat father, or they tell you that we've not seen your father in 15 years, your father ran away when we gave birth to you, or your mother, she's a useless woman. We have not seen her in 20 years. 3 days after she gave birth to you, she ran away. If you are applying for a Brazilian visa, you see that your mother that ran away and the father that the deadbeat father, you are going to include their name. Brazil embassy does not they don't care about that. You have to include their name. As a married person, I believe that there was a time I applied for a Canadian visa. Normally, if you are married, they will ask you if you are married. Yes, then they will ask for the name of your spouse, complete name of your spouse. If you have children, they will ask you. You put the complete name. If you have 5 children, there's space for it. You put all of their names. They will now go to the part of siblings. You put all of their if you have 10 siblings, there is space, don't worry. You put all of their name. Why? It's because Canadian visa believe that later, if you want to apply for these people, they already have their name in the system. You cannot go and borrow somebody's family or somebody's mother and say it's your mother. No, the name you put in the system, then it is what you will continue using. But for a Brazilian visa, it is not like that. The only thing they do is they will ask you if you are married. Yes. How many children do you have? You put the name of your children or the numbers. How many siblings do you have? You put the numbers. But they will never ask you to list their names. There's no space for that. There's no space for you to write your husband's name and be your children's name. No, it doesn't work that way. If you are ready to apply for a family reunion visa to invite your family, your children, your wife, your husband, you just have to show a proof that this is a proof that we are married. Maybe it's a marriage certificate, your children's birth certificate that has your own name. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but they will always ask you for your parents' name, your mother's name, your father's name. It is really, really, really important. If you have a the first thing you have to do is go and check your birth certificate. Your birth certificate always carry your mother's name and your father's name. Now go and take your parent national ID card and compare the names. If your parents name on your birth certificate is different from what they have on their NIN, I think you have to go and do a new birth certificate that has the name on their NIN, because NIN is a national identity number. So because sometimes somebody might be bearing Oluwakemi, but Kemi is the short for it. They call her Kemi. So when your moms gave birth to you, they call her Kemi. Now, on your birth certificate, they wrote Mrs. Kemi Akonji or something. They removed the Oluwa. Now, when she's ready to do an NIN, she went ahead and write Oluwakemi Akonji. Now, you want to apply for a visa. You on your forms, you fill her name as Oluwakemi as well. They will ask for the copy. When you are applying for the visa, they will ask for your own birth certificate, a copy. Now you submit a copy of your birth certificate and the name on the birth certificate says Kemi Akonji. Your forms is saying Oluwakemi Akonji. Let me tell you, they know that it is the same person, but why is the name not tagged? These little things will make them sit back like this. If you are applying for a student visa, they won't deny you because of that. They will wait for you to provide another document that carries that full name. Yes. So if you want, maybe you have a plan to apply for a visa, Brazilian visa next year, try today. Go and take these documents and compare them. Check your birth certificate. Make sure that the names are written properly. If the name is different from what your parents have on their NIN, copy the name on the NIN and go and do another birth certificate. If they tell you that you cannot do birth certificate because you are older or maybe something, go and do a declaration of age and make sure that your parents' name reflected correctly. Then this will save you a lot of time and headache. Okay, because it is not already, this thing takes time for you to do. Now they are already processing it, your visa is in process, now they have to pause because of this little mistake. No, me, I'm a perfectionist. I don't like this kind of mistake. I will check everything like this. So Make sure that the name tallies. And the arrangement of name in Brazil is different from the way we arrange name in Nigeria. In Nigeria, it is common for you to see the surname first. Akonji Oluwakemi Esther, or Akonji Esther Oluwakemi. Esther is your first name. Oluwakemi is the last name. Akonji Esther Oluwakemi. In a Nigerian school, everybody be calling you Akonji, even though your name is Esther. They will call you by your son because normally that is the first name they pronounce. Akanji Esther Oluwakemi. Akanji ni orúkọ is your surname, is your father's or maybe your grandfather's name. Esther ni orúkọ titi ẹ gangan. Why are they calling you Akanji? Because that is what we are used to. But here in Brazil, it's not like that. The proper name format is Esther Oluwakemi Akanji. Everybody is going to call you by your first name, which is Esther. So if you are filling any form for, actually they always indicate first name, the first name. But some people, even when they see the first name, they go and put their surname there. Your surname is your last name. It should be behind. Okay. Okay. So make sure that this arrangement of name is proper, because after issuing your visa in Nigeria, there is like a paper slip that will be given to you. This is what you bring here to Brazil, and you also take it to Federal Polícia Federal. This paper will include all your information. So this information that you bring from Nigeria is what you will continue using on your resident card, on your resident, maybe like your national ID card. Here in Brazil, it include your parents' name, your father's name, your mother's name. So if you feel like my father is your father is my own father is not deadbeat, your father is a deadbeat father, abi your mother is kiniko kiniko, you wake up every day and you see their name on your ID card. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. Even if the man did something to you, unless you want to use another person as your father, or you want to use another person's name on your birth certificate to indicate that that is your father, that is on you. I'm very sure that every day you see the name, you will know that this name is not your father's name. But if they tell you that your father is this one or your mother is this one, that one is for your family member and your pockets. Because for the Brazilian embassy, it does not concern them. Oh. You have to provide the name. Abi, everybody has a parent. I mean, even if you are adopted, you have a parent. So I think that is it about name, name arrangement, and it is really, really. You see the way I'm saying it. It is actually really important. Important. Like it is not. They don't take it lightly. In Nigeria, if somebody asks you for your mother's name, what becomes to your mind? You first feel like, is this person mad? Like, are you okay? Are you why do you need my mother's name? But here in Brazil, if they ask you for your mother's name, you will say bro without even, because it is the norms. If you're opening a bank account, your mother's name, your father's name, if you are doing any form of application, anything at all, any online application at all, at school, at work, they'll give you a form. They'll give Sometimes they don't even ask for the father's name, but the mother's name, they always ask for it. So it is more like, that is your root. I think they believe that that your parents they are your root. So there is no, if you are married, keep your husband's name or your wife's name in your pocket. Even your children's name, they don't care. But your parents' name is very important. But as much as that is important, it is also important that you arrange the name correctly. Your first name, Esther Oluwakemi Akonji, is not Akonji Esther. No, 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 no. Akonji is not your name. So here in Brazil, they will call you by your first, even if they don't know how to call it, they'll try to call it. My name here is Tujuka. My name my name here is Tujuka because that is my first name. So they call it anyhow, like they'll just like call it. So that is how it is. Make sure that the arrangement of name is correct. This will save you. It's going to save you time and stress and headache. And make sure that you write your parents' name correctly as well. Your parents' name, your father. I think father does not really have any issue. They always have the same name from beginning to end. But mother, later in time, they'll go and get married and they'll change the name. Make sure that all the names tally. Okay? So I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao.